Hey guys, welcome to video lesson 5.6. Today we're going to be learning reflections. This is the second kind of translations. In 5.5 we learned transformations, which is a slide, and that's when the figure is just moved across the page without flipping or turning. Reflection, the picture is actually going to be a complete mirror image. So if you look at the definition here for reflection, when you look at a mountain by a lake, you can see the reflection or mirror image of the mountain on the lake. If you fold the photo on this axis, the mountain and the reflection will align. That means if you look at this red line, the top piece and the bottom piece are identical. Okay? So if you ever have any kind of trouble, ask yourself, if you fold this image on either the x-axis or the y-axis, will the two pieces line up perfectly? Okay, so today we have 7 slides, and slide number 8 is graph paper, but there's no instruction needed there. So please be sure you've defined reflection and move forward when you're ready. Okay, a reflection or a flip is a transformation in which a figure is reflected on a line called line of reflection. So if I'm flipping it left to right, I'm flipping it along the line of reflection. And if I take a look at this here on the right, I'm flipping it from left to right. The line going up and down is called the line of reflection. The original figure and its image have the same shape and same size. So the only thing that's moving is the shape and how I'm moving it. In translations, all I did was slide the figure. In this shape, or in this transformation, all I'm doing is flipping the shape, either along the X or along the Y. So please be sure you have reflection and line of reflection defined before you move forward. All right, we're on slide 3 of 7. So the directions are: tell whether the blue figure is the reflection of the red one. So if I were to take this shape, cut it out, and fold it along the x-axis, will these two shapes match up? The red figure can be flipped to form the blue figure. So therefore, sorry about that. Therefore, the blue figure is a reflection of the red. All right, here is example 2. If you want to pause to write notes down for example A, now is a good time. Here's example B. If I were to take this shape, fold it along the y-axis, will the two shapes line up evenly? If the figures were flipped, it would be pointed to the left. This figure is not a reflection. That means the blue figure needs to be turned in the opposing direction. Okay, so let's move on to slide number 4. You're going to do this on your own. You're going to tell me if the blue is a reflection of the red, and you're going to explain. So tell me yes, no, and why. This is a class discussion question, so please be sure you have these ready for a class discussion tomorrow. Oops, sorry about that. We're on slide 5 of 7. If we take a look at the instructions, it says the vertices A, B, and C. If you take a look at these pictures, I'll notice that this says A, that says B, and this says C. This states A prime, B prime, C prime. Just remember from the last lesson that any vertex labeled with the primes, that's the image, and the ones with no primes, that's the original shape. Draw this triangle and its reflection on the x-axis. All right, I know I have the solution exposed already. The reflection on the x-axis. Okay, that's very, very important. It's going to tell us which way we're going to flip our picture. So what I want you to notice is right in here. Well, let's go green. How far away is point A to the x-axis? And hopefully you're saying 1 unit. So if point A is 1 unit from the x, that means prime is going to be 1 unit away in the opposite direction. So since the original shape is on top, the reflection is going to be on the bottom. Okay, so if I take a look at point B, how many units away is point B from the x-axis? 1, 2, 3 units from the top. So the reflection is going to be 3 units below. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, just going to clean this up so we can see a little better what we're doing. And finally, to take a look at C, how many units away is that to the x-axis? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to stay right on this point, and I'm going to go straight down 3 more units. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So what you're going to do, once you figure out what the new shape is, you'll use your ruler. You'll connect your A prime, B prime, and C prime to make your triangle. So point A is 1 unit above the x-axis. A prime is 1 unit below the x-axis. Points B and C are 3 points above the x. Oh, I didn't know I can do that. That's cool. Points B prime and C prime are 3 points below the x-axis. So to complete an assignment like this, the proper way to finish it is to label and tell me the coordinates of A prime, B prime, and C prime. So A prime is found at -1, -1. B prime is found at 2, -3, and C prime is found at 6, -3. All right, I'm going to move forward here. If you'd like to pause, now's your chance. All right, slide 6 of 7. Pretty much the same things going on here, except if you notice the instructions, we are now reflecting on the y-axis. So instead of going up to bottom, we're going left to right. So what we're going to look at here today, we have the original P, Q, and R. P, Q, and R, which this shape is my original. Okay. And I know that because the points are just Q, R, S, and P. And I know this is the this shape here is the image because the points contain the prime. Point P is 2 units left of the y-axis. So plot P prime would be 2 units to the right of the y-axis. So to get to the x, I go 1, 2 units to get to x. So I continue another 2, 1, 2 units to get to the y. If I take a look at S, S just to get to the x-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So on the other side to the right, we're going to go 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you're going to continue in this fashion to plot the 2 other points. R is also 4 units away to X, to the y-axis, and then you're going to go another 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to R. Q is 1 unit to Y, so we go 1 unit to the right to get Q prime. Okay, so the final ordered pairs for my primes, you need to be sure you list the 4 points in this example. So my solution would be the coordinates are P prime 2, 5, Q prime 1, -1, R prime 4, 2, and S prime 4, 4. Okay, if you need to pause, now is your chance. And finally, class discussion. This question on your own, use the graph paper that I've provided for you. And you're going to draw A, B, C, D, so it's going to be some sort of quadrilateral. Draw the rectangle and its reflection on the x-axis. So you're going to draw this shape and you're going to reflect it on the x. Then what you're going to do is go back to the original shape. You're going to go back to this, and then you're going to draw the same rectangle again, then reflect it on the y. And then for part C, are the images in part A and B the same size, and shape explained. So this just explain what your solution looks like. All right. Great work today, guys. I will see you in class tomorrow.